Welcome to the Swedish Maker. Today I'm going to make cutting board wax to save my old cutting board, and also I'm going to make a new cutting board. A couple of years ago I was baking bread like a total maniac, and one thing that bothered me was that the cutting board was drifting around when I was kneading the dough. So I made this. So this cutting board has these lips that fit over the kitchen island and it won't move anywhere. Now we've been using this a lot. As you can see, it needs some maintenance. I also realized I wanted to make more cutting boards, so I'm going to make another cutting board that I drew up in Illustrator, and that can also be used as a serving tray. I printed the design from Illustrator onto paper and I can use that to cut it out on the bandsaw. So when I've done that, I'm going to sand this old cutting board and the new one, and then I'm going to make a wax that I can use to finish off both the cutting boards, and you can make that wax too, and I'll show you how it's done a bit later. But for now, let's head to the workshop to make a new cutting board. Now that the cutting boards are sanded, I'm going to make the cutting board wax using ecological beeswax and ecological rapeseed oil. And you can use almost any oil that is graded for food, and there are plenty of mineral oils that are food graded out there. I'm going to mix it in a ratio of 1:4 in these cups, which I'm going to lower into water in this saucer. Once the beeswax is melted, I'm just going to lift up the jar and have it cool down. And once it's cooled down, we have our cutting board wax finished, and we can start to finish off these cutting boards. And now I'll just wait for it to finish. The beeswax just has to be totally melted before it's done. And then I'll have it cool down, and then I can use it to finish my cutting boards. Alright, it's time to start finishing the cutting boards, and I'm going to add the wax with a soft cloth, and I'm just going to go over the cutting board until it's saturated, wait for a bit, then wipe it off, and then wait a couple of hours and repeat if it's necessary. And then we'll try it out. Alright, so I'm wiping it off right now. Let's pour some water on it and see if the water is soaking the board or running off it. Alright, that seemed to work really good. I'm really happy with how the cutting boards came out. I made 2 of these. And now these will stay protected for a while, and once they seem to need some more protection, just go ahead and put on some more wax, and these cutting boards can last a really long time. And if you live in Scandinavia, I'll have some of these available to buy on my website after the holidays. If you want to make the exact cutting board I made, I'll have the template for download in the description down below. Now I'm also using this in my workshop actually. It will prevent rust and well, prevent water from penetrating anything really. So you can use it in the workshop as well. Now whenever you need to add some more wax, just apply it and you will save your cutting boards and they will last you a long time. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I can actually use these as like ping pong or tennis or paddle rackets as well. I don't think so.